So, something's been whirling in the rising today and just been like calling me to the video when I was I think I'm done for the season, but anyway. Is the illusion of instant gratification. So, there's a few tangents and a few things and scenarios in my life that have sort of led up to this moment where old books, I think that's from A Road Less Travelled. I know the Four Agreements talks about always do your best, don't take things personally, don't make assumptions, and always be impeccable with your word, which was a book recommended me to a long time ago. But Road Less Travelled we had in the house growing up, and I feel like discipline and focus and delayed gratification have never been an issue with me, because maybe it's the era of like do your best and then you get a reward at the end. Like nothing comes free, nothing comes easy, nothing is instant, and we don't go where things are easy, like we don't want to be in resistance to whatever is around us. We don't want to force things, we want to go into the flow. But there is this illusion that when you sort of invest time and love or energy into a project, a person, a relationship, a dynamic, a life, and when things change, which things are rapidly changing at the minute, is the pain that gets brought up, and various like addictive behavioural things usually come from needing something to fill the void, that escapist mentality, the illusion that something right here, right now in front of us, and I'm not talking about presence, I'm talking about the easy route to take the instant gratification rather than understand the benefits internally, healing wise, of delayed gratification, of understanding the psyche of why we need these constant instant fix, which is a codependent mirror or lens that we look outwards with. Words are a bit jumbled right now because there's a lot here, so I trust it's making some sort of sense. But the illusion that we need everything now. Like if it's not here now, it doesn't matter, it's not worth it, it's can be ignored. And in many senses I agree with being present with life. We can't control the things that are happening around us right now, and spirit moves us in different ways, changes in places, moves people in and out of our lives, moves themes and repeated patterns into our vision for addressing. And this idea of addiction and codependency and the illusion of instant gratification is, there's such a deeper there's such a deeper void to address, because I think everybody has been sold this dream that excitement, we all need so much excitement. I'm not talking about having fun where magic and high vibration and abundance comes into alignment when we're in a joyful mood and we're having fun, but this entertainment, this illusion of like all the time, stimulation, overstimulation, FOMO, fear of missing out. And I think I heard someone say the other day, JOMO, joy of missing out, which is kind of where I'm at. But yeah, it's that I don't know, from an era where you fix things, you don't buy things new all the time. You know, in is it Japan or China, they have that beautiful tradition of if a cup or a plate breaks, then they paint it with gold and they fix it, they stick it back together, and the gold is like, you know, the scars of life is that we don't come out unscathed. That's part of the design, that's part of the map and all the puzzle pieces that we put together, or, you know, of our lives, is that over time we keep mending and healing rather than abandoning and grass is greener and like needing instant validation because we can't give it to ourselves. It's just having some big realizations of personalities and how a lot of people feed off other people's energies. Unintentionally, 616. But when you dig deeper, you realise that because we've potentially healed those parts of ourselves on this ongoing process till death, because we present a level of peace in those areas to somebody else, when that's not there anymore, things can revert back to an unhealthy state, potentially. A place where needing the opinions of others or needing attention from others, rather than standing in the sacredness of this perfect goddess, God being, sacred souls that many of us are, many of us claiming, 7-Eleven. Sorry, there's a lot whirling. Is that I think it's part of the old paradigm, isn't it? All this illusion, all of this like we get what we want, you know. I want what I want it now, I want it here, I want it now. You know, patience is not valued. Overstimulation distorts moments of quietness and stillness that we need to spend by ourselves. And I'm not talking about being independent all the time or hyper independent, or that we can live and do things by ourselves all the time, but a lot of solitary work is so powerful to reach the next levels of like aligning with better and healthier relationships, be that social, familial, intimate. And I don't know, I don't have rose tinted glasses on anymore. Don't know if I ever really did, but I don't think I saw the level of manipulation that some people operated with. Not necessarily that they're not necessarily aware of it. It comes from like wounding, and there's something going on in the collective between the divine masculine and divine feminine and various other things, which I put out in another video because of this weird situation with somebody who projected like lifelong stuff onto me, and I don't even know the dude, you know. So I find all that quite bizarre. And the more you can see that, the more you can swerve away from somebody else's drama, because there is no need for it. I'm not saying we don't ever react and we don't have anger, as a lot of us are talking about in a minute, but we're not addicted to stress hormones. Like, we're not in survival mode. We don't need to be stimulated by anything or anyone all day, every day. We can be patient in the knowing that, and trust and faith that nothing that's meant for us ever passes us by. Like, we take action and focus on what we need to, but filling the void and escapist sort of behaviour continually, consistently, it invites other energies in. it's sort of like a message to the outside new beginnings on the clock, 10:01, like a mirrored. Sorry, I'm gonna scrap that bit because too many words, too many tangents. It invites other energies in, which I think I just did because my brain got very distorted. It invites other energies in. It's a message to the universe to say, like, I'm not really clear on what I want. And you invite confusion and you invite lower vibrational energies, attachment stuff, rather than higher connectedness, because we're not connected to self in a healthy way. And this won't matter to many people, and that's fine. People don't care. People care less about so many things these days. The quality of stuff, quality of service, quality of things just gone downhill and whatever. You know, it's got to crash and burn before it comes back up again. But I'd like to think there are many of us who are working with 1111, like sacred intention. And, you know, we might appear like a twat to someone else, and that's absolutely fine, because we know ourselves. Like, we know the truths and stories. You know, I've known so many secrets and things that have been revealed to me over the years. It's like, I don't need to serve them up to prove a point or to prove that that person is this, that, and other. Like, why would I do that? That reflects more on me than on someone else and what they have or haven't done. And I think we just become more and more humbled over life. You know, you get smacks and slaps and things don't work out, and you get divinely detoured or rerouted. And we don't really quite know why until things come, and this constant like human need of like, we need to know the answer. I don't know, I was sort of cleansing and things yesterday, and I thought, I don't know if things make sense to me at all anymore. I just give thanks for the blessings, the lessons. I try to be conscious of the words I speak out loud and the relationships I maintain, and try to stay in my lane. Sometimes as healers or whatever with a deeper mission in life, is things might come into our orbit so that we can take the lid off of, you know, mouldy, stale stuff that has been stagnating. But we've got to be mindful not to be pulled into these vortexes of stuff that's not ours, because we have a healing energy, because we have a light that can support, you know. It's not like living in a bubble, but we live in a bubble because, you know, but we're not here to save or fix anybody, because as soon as you say that to the universe, is you take on their stuff. If we think we can control or fix other people, we're asking for their problems. And I've seen that firsthand, and I don't wish for that to be in my vibration anymore. I wish for these themes to come up for talking and discussing and for reflecting, for the healing of the nations. And some people won't believe that that's a concept or things are happening right now, or some people talk to the return to the kingdom or whatever, or Bible verses, or New Earth, or whatever they are. But we're not meant to save or heal other people. We're meant to like vibrate out higher because of the work we're doing on ourselves and the illusions we break in our own realities, because no one has the same reality. We share realities in some senses, but none of us live in the same reality, I don't believe. But who knows? I might be I was going to say wrong, but nothing is right or wrong, I don't think, anymore. But anyway, too many tangents, so much stuff. But I trust we break old patterns of like needing things now because we're in so much pain, you know, like addictions, illusions, codependencies, using other people to fill stuff because we can't feel the love ourselves. And love is our natural state of being from the minute we come out of the realm. It might get tainted, but we are love, so I'm sure we can all get back to it.